Hello to all my good friends at the Language Hub, and I'm here today to read to you from the first chapter of Thorfinn the Nicest Viking and the Dreadful Dragon, which is one of the latest books in a series about a very polite Viking who basically goes around making scones, making tea, helping old people across the road. The Vikings are all really mean and they've got huge beards and they're really smelly and they charge him with both feet, but he's really polite. He's nice. He asks. He says please and thank you. He makes friends wherever he goes. This book series is all about him, and this book here is about a dragon. So I'm going to start to you from chapter 1. When Vikings get together, it's usually for one of three reasons. 1. Feasting. 2. Fighting. And 3. Catapulting prisoners into the fjord. However, on this occasion it was for a very unusual reason indeed. The villagers of Ingar were gathered around a wooden stage set up in the marketplace. For Vikings, they were amazingly well behaved. No one was wrestling, farting, roaring, belching, sword fighting, or arm wrestling. In fact, the villagers were rather quiet. There was a hushed kind of hubbub as they waited expectantly. A small boy with freckles stepped in front of the curtains. This boy had an extremely unusual name for a Viking. He was called Thorfinn the Very, Very Nice indeed. If you're wondering what a normal Viking name sounds like, it would be more along the lines of Thorfinn the Tonsil Mincer or Thorfinn the Granny Stretcher. You see, Thorfinn was the exact opposite of all the other Vikings. Thorfinn was nice, and he was polite, something which was unheard of in the mean and nasty world of the Vikings. A pigeon perched on Thorfinn's shoulder, a lovely speckled bird that went by the name of Percy. He was equally well mannered, for a bird anyway, and he was one of Thorfinn's best friends. Gazing around at the gathered crowd, Thorfinn gave a pleasant smile and raised his helmet. Good day to you all, and what a lovely day. The crowd replied with a chorus of jeers and boos, boo! Followed by a volley of rotten cabbages. Vikings grew quite a lot of vegetables, but not for eating. It was much more fun to throw them at their enemies. I'm Thorfinn, obviously. We're Vikings, they roared. We don't have lovely mornings, just horrible, smelly ones. Now, get on with it. Thorfinn sidestepped the flying cabbages. He didn't flinch, and his gentle, well-meaning smile never faltered. My dear friends, he said once a hush descended on the crowd, as you know, the great Viking Fire Festival takes place on the Shetland Islands this week. We must look our best. So my father, the chief, has given me the great responsibility of making our costumes. My boat crew have kindly agreed to model them for you, so please give them a warm welcome. Thorfinn stretched out his arm. The curtain drew back to reveal... No, not his boat crew, but an ancient man with a long white beard. Or rather, an ancient man's bum. Oh yes, because he was kneeling down, his bony bottom arched in the air towards the crowd, his head sideways on the floor. He was snoring loudly. Like a giant hog snuffling in the feeding trough, and his beard ruffled in and out with each rasping breath. This was Oswald, the village wise man. Boo! Cried the impatient crowd. We want costumes, not bony old bums. Thorfinn coughed politely. Excuse me, old friend. Oswald woke up with a jolt. Thorfinn! He cried, sounding like a startled seagull. Sorry, I bent down and I couldn't get back up again. Must have dozed off while I was down there. Thorfinn helped the old man to his feet, and Oswald hobbled off stage, muttering, "Ah!" Oh, my poor back. Now, as I was saying, said Thorfinn, once again throwing out his arm to introduce his models. Ta-da! That, my friends, was the first chapter. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you again soon. Okay, bye.